Hi, my name is Bianca. I'm a PCLS alumni and I'm now a labor lawyer. And my tip for interviewing clients at PCLS would be to try to build a relationship with them during the intake. So try to show some interest in them, get to know a little bit about them outside of their issue that they've come here for so that they feel comfortable to speak with you and give you all the facts and information that you need to know.
My name is Mary Galatly and I'm the community organizer in the Workers' Rights Group at Parkdale Legal Services. And my tip for you is to try and connect the experiences and the problems that the clients are facing with the broader systemic causes of that, and to also connect people to the campaigns we're running to address those problems.
I'm Lawrence Dawson, Dean of Osgoode Hall Law School, and my tip or piece of advice on interviewing is to remember, even though there's a standard amount of information you need and you have a script of sorts in your head, to never have it feel like you're reading a script, to never have anyone feel like this is just another in a series of interviews, to really have a person feel like you're focused on them, to be authentic, to show professionalism but also compassion when the circumstances require, and to be in the moment and remember what this means to the person affected who's come to you, and to always keep the importance of that role in mind.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Cousins and I'm a client at Parkdale Community Legal Services. And one tip I would have for intake conversations is don't talk down to your client. Tell them the relevant and specialized language, but just make sure you explain yourself and explain the terminology that you're using.
Hi, my name is Janet Mosier and I'm a professor at Osgoode Hall Law School and have sometimes in the past been the academic director at PCLS. So one of the things that I would say is really critical to interviewing is trust. And a place to start to think about that might be all of the reasons why many of our clients have good reason not to trust us. It may seem like an odd place to start, but actually really very important to think about. And then we can think of what are the things that we need to do in order to try to build the client's trust. And there you might think about three different things. One is to be transparent. That means explaining who you are, who we are at PCLS, what the interview is about, what you're going to do, etc. So to be transparent, to be consistent with your client. And a third thing is to be empathetic. And that means not imagining yourself in your client's shoes, but rather imagining what it's like for your client to be in his or her shoes.
My name is Sawang Tundu. I was born in Tibet. I was born in Tibet. I have a language problem, and people said if you come to legal aid here, they will help us. That's the reason I came here. Okay. This is very helpful, and I have few suggestions. My first is the staff who work here. It is very important that they show a good demeanor or appearance. And then not judging by the people by their education, by their social status, trying to help them. That is really good. And the most important thing is they should tell that, behind me or above me there's a supervising lawyer, and everything I tell you, I run it by my supervisor. I think this is really, really important.
Hi, I'm Shinny Mai. I've been director at Parkdale for a couple of times, and also director at the Aboriginal Law Intensive, as well as the Justice and Corporate Accountability Project. My tip about interviewing is that you should go in there thinking you're going to have a conversation. And you never go up to somebody that you've met for the first time and start asking them about how many family members they have, what their income is, what their housing situation is. And I think that with the client, you need to create a rapport by thinking about how you would have a conversation with a friend or another law student. You're going to come across situations where you're going to have to ask some hard questions to your client with respect to inconsistencies in the stories, or things that just don't seem to fall into place. And if you haven't created that rapport at the beginning, it's just going to feel to the client like you're cross-examining them, and you'll alienate them, and you won't be able to represent them as well. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Janice, and I'm a nurse working in the community, and my tip for you is to listen to your clients. So when clients are telling you their story, make sure you not only listen to their story, but observe their nonverbal cues, because that will also help you gather data for your information for your case. And make sure you also summarize what has been said, because it's a good checking point in with your client to see that things are consistent between the two of you and you're meeting the client's needs. And lastly, you want to be genuine and sincere when you speak to the client, so they build trust with you and they feel more comfortable to tell you sometimes more intimate or sensitive information.
Hi, my name is Michael Waller. I am a member of the Workers Action Center and a client at Parkdale. My advice for new students is to take control of any conversations you're with. I know from my personal experiences as a client at Parkdale that I personally can get on a tangent and sometimes off topic. So it might be good to, in a polite way, to just keep people in line to make sure they're talking about the topics that need to be talked about when you're in an interview. That'd be my advice.
I'm Alison Charlebois. I'm a family doctor at Village Family Health Team. I'd like to share a few pieces of advice. One is the importance of empathy. So just really make sure you take that time to make empathic statements towards your clients so that you're establishing trust with them, and that will really help them to share their story with you. On the topic of sharing stories, one thing that I've seen many times in medicine is when the medical student takes a history and they think one thing, and then the staff doctor takes a history and they hear a very different story. And it's not that the patient was lying or that the medical student didn't do a good job, it's just that sometimes we miscommunicate, and sometimes when we have a moment to reflect on our story, we realize that we want to express it differently. And so it really just emphasizes the importance of taking the time to paraphrase back to your client what you heard, so that they have the opportunity to correct you if in fact you did not hear what you thought you did. So those two pieces I think will go a long way towards establishing trust with your clients. And the third thing is asking open-ended questions and not rushing too quickly to try to get into those yes and no pieces of information that you might feel tempted to do that because you're tight on time and you just need the critical information, but taking the time to ask open-ended questions to start will make sure you're not missing on a critical piece of the story.